Hi, Michelle here, Thrifting 101. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome to my channel. I'm glad you're stopping in. I hope everybody had a very Merry Christmas and a very Happy Hanukkah. And I have a haul for you today. Some things on the table are from my friend Don I'm trying to sell for, some thrifted things, and a few things I did pick up here and there along the way. Hope you enjoy. A couple years back, we went to Claremont and did a road trip there and picked up some really great stuff. And at the Salvation Army, I found these and some dinner plates, which are still here someplace. I haven't unboxed them yet. And some cup and saucers. Sold off the cup and saucers. Thought I was going to hang on to these and use them, but considering that they've been sitting in a box, I think I'm going to sell them. They are coral. That's the name of them, coral, in a spray border pattern. They came in other colors, mostly gray. And this color, it's early Pyrex restaurant wear, and it's in wonderful condition. You saw they had two different back stamps on them. A lot of people refer to this pattern as pink flamingo. Pink flamingo dates 1953 to the early 60s. It's actually coral, that's the name of it. And I don't think a lot of people know it's restaurant wear, but that it is. And I'm going to sell these 5 plates all in beautiful condition for about $25. This was a present to myself. It was the last present to myself, and a little bit of a story to this. I had seen the similar one, the same design. It's McKee. It's called Chips Red. It was a small drippings jar, and I was so excited I purchased it. I told the buyer that it was a birthday gift for myself, and she gave me a little bit of a discount, and I waited and waited and waited for it, and it arrived shattered. It wasn't even packed. It was in a box so light. As soon as I took it out of the mailbox, I was almost in tears. I could hear it shattering. Anyway, I did get my money back from that. I went online and I found this one. It's a storage or refrigerator dish, and I got this for $10. As I said, it's McKee, and the pattern is called Chips Red. It's in really nice condition. It is marked on the lid, as you saw, and on the bottom. I'll take the lid off. It does have a tiny little chip here, but that's okay. It doesn't bother me that much, and you can't see it with the lid on. And the other side you can see is in great shape too. They produced these starting in 1933, and you know, as much as I do videos and as much research as I find on companies, and I know I've done a lot of things on McKee, I always find something interesting and new. And what I found interesting and new about McKee this time was that they started a town in Jeannette, Pennsylvania, and they started the town Jeannette because that was the name of one of the McKees, Mrs. Jeannette. So I thought that was kind of interesting. They did move to Pittsburgh in 1934. Before that, moved to Jeannette, Pennsylvania in 1888. That's where they got the name. Then they joined forces with the National Glass Company. In 1903, they reorganized into the McKee Glass Company. So you can see they've been kind of all over the place. McKee closed in 1951 and then was bought out by the Jeannette Company. And I can go on, but I think that's probably enough information right now. As I said, I'm going to keep this piece. I bought it for $7. I think I could probably get maybe 20 to 25 if I were to resell it. Whew. This piece is a beautiful little mystery to me. It was given to me to sell by my friend Don. He told me that his grandmother brought it over from Germany. I'm going to take it out and show you. It's not marked on the bottom. There's a little bit of crazing there, but you can see it's handmade pottery just by the bottom here. And it is hand painted. Check it out. It is simply gorgeous, very detailed. And this is a jug, I know that much, and the cork is still here. Pretty painting right here. This is wood, I believe, and painted on the other side. This is what's throwing me off here. I don't know if this is a child set or not. I'm not really sure what it is. I can't find anything comparable. There is a little chip in one of the little cups right here. And I know I have a YouTube friend out there, Pat G, and she grew up in Germany. So Pat, if you have any suggestions on what this might be, I'd love to hear from you. Anyways, I'm really hard pressed as to what to ask for it. I don't know if it's one of a kind, probably not, but it is handmade and hand painted. I was thinking about $45 to $50 for the set. I picked this up at Renegers and it was part of a bundle. So I'm gonna say I probably paid about $4 for this gorgeous bowl. It's made by Jeanette. I'm gonna put it down for a minute so you can see the inside of it. And the pattern is called Iris, more commonly referred to as iris and herringbone, but officially it's just Iris. This bowl in the marigold iridescent was produced in the 1950s. They did start making just the crystal ones back in 1928. They have been reproduced over the years in the 70s, but not in the marigold iridescent pattern. I think I'm gonna ask about $12 for this bowl. This is a ceramic left-in Rooster Canister jar. It's a 5 1/4 inch high. It does have a few chips on the lid or on the rim right here, one there and one right there. I got it at the Positive store, and you can see right here it says $4, but it was dated back to October, so that meant it was half price. I just simply love it. It has what is called a crackle effect glaze. That's what you see right here. It's not, put that right back here. It's not crazed, that's just the pattern. And I'm going to ask, I think about $12 for it. The label on the bottom dates this between 1960 and 1983. I found these in a box, and I know I thrifted them in Merritt Island at the Humane Society store probably 3 years ago, and they're in a video someplace. They're all in beautiful condition. They're Fire King in the peach luster 3-band pattern. They did peach luster in a bunch of different patterns. This one happens to be 3-band. They are in mint condition, totally unused. 6 sets, 1950s and 1960s is when they produced this pattern. I guess I was going to do something with them, but considering they've been sitting in a box for at least 5 years, it's time to sell them, which I'm going to do for $25. I'm going to ask for all 6 of them. And anybody who has any peach luster out there, never ever put it in the dishwasher. You will lose that luster. Fire King. I'm showing you the underside of this piece just to show you what it looks like. It does have a trademark on it. You can't see it here. We've tried very hard to get it. Actually, I'm going to turn it over and show you the inside. Again, you're not going to see it probably, but that's where you could feel the logo or the trademark. It is an I and a G. That stands for Imperial Glass. It's a toothpick holder, and it's very pretty. It's in really wonderful condition. It's in the daisy button pattern, and this is the amethyst, excuse me, carnival glass. Dates between the 1960s and 1970s. It's marked $10 in here, but this was part of a bundle, so I probably only paid maybe $3 at most for it, and I'm going to ask $12.50 for it. Don had given me 4 of these Harkerware Courier and Ives plates, bread and butter plates, and one of them has a big crack in it, so I took that right out of the equation. And these are in wonderful condition. I didn't think I could get all that much for them. I was thinking maybe $5 to $6. And then I was at the Goodwill and I spotted 3 more, which was quite coincidentally. And they were half price, so I paid approximately 50 cents for that. And it's funny because I was watching Scott's Old Curiosity Shop and he was talking about bundling, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do here. I picked these up so that I could sell a set of 6 of them. And for 6, I'm gonna ask about $15. And you can see, I'll show you the different patterns right here. Home in the Woodlands, and this one, Old Homestead. I believe this is, so that makes 2. A House in the Wilderness. And And what do we have here? The old homestead. These are all in really great condition, so I don't think I'll have any trouble selling them for him. The farmer and the home in the winter. These were very popular. Courier knives are very popular patterns back mid-century. And the farmer in the house again. Again, they're all in great condition. Bread and butter plates. I'm going to ask $15 for the set. The Harker Company out of East Liverpool, Ohio, was known as the oldest company in America, and it started in, excuse me, in a log cabin in 1840 by the owner Benjamin Harker. You can see on the back of these plates, they're ironstone, made in England. It says Liberty Blue, historic colonial scenes. And then this one says the Old North Church. All these pieces here say Liberty Blue, historic colonial scenes. But the reason I'm showing you the back stamp again is to let you know that even though it doesn't say it anywhere, these were made by Wedgwood. And these again were also Don's. And I have, let me put this down. I have two of the Monticello plates, and I have the Betsy Ross, which I know was a 1976 release, and I have three right here, bread and butter plates in the Monticello pattern. This whole pattern dates between 1975 and 1981, and they sell pretty well. I'm going to ask for Don $18 for this set of six. Great condition, no issues whatsoever. You can see there's no mark here. I did pick this milk glass strawberry jam jar, condiment jar at, well, I bundled it at Reniger's. People love these, that's why I picked it up. Probably ended up paying about $2 to $3 for them. They're produced in the 1941 and 1942, maybe even a little bit earlier, but in 1941 and 1942, they were a promo piece for Kix cereal, and then they were a promo piece after that for Betty Crocker. They did make the strawberry milk glass ones, and like this, and they also made one in apple, and the catch line was called Everything English Breakfast Marmalade Jars. That's what they were known as, and they cost 1 penny extra with your Kix cereal. I'm gonna ask $10 for it. This was also a piece that I'm selling for Don. It is Cristal à Plume, which you can see all the information right here. Again, my French is rough, but that simply means lead crystal. It was made by ACC, which stands for the American Cut Crystal Company. And this was the import, one of their import companies out of Czechoslovakia. The pattern is called Pinwheel. Turn it around. It is beautiful. You can't really tell, I don't think, from here, but that's what the bottom looks like. The colors in the light are like pick up rainbow colors. It's in really, really nice condition, and being that it's lead crystal, it's fairly heavy. I'm going to ask $25 for it. I forgot to mention, but I'm sure you can figure it out, it is a mini decanter, or would be great for oil or vinegar. This beautiful console set was given to me by Don to sell, and that's what it's called, a console set, and that's how it was sold, with the candlesticks and the bowl, and you would put them on your console, I guess, or a lot of people, I've seen pictures of them on fireplace mantles. Anyway, this is the reason why this video is so late in coming. I could not find this pattern anywhere. I looked endlessly. I know it was chocolate glass. A lot of people refer to it as chocolate slag glass. Some people refer to it as caramel glass, although that's not officially what it is. You can see here, it is not marked, which made it very, very hard to find. I even reached out to a friend of mine, Gary, who knows everything there is to know, usually about glassware, and he was stumped. So when I was just about to give up, I did find this exact same console set in the jadeite pattern and one in a yellow Seville. So I knew right then and there it was McKee. A little more research led me to the pattern name, which is Autumn, and they date to the 1930s. I haven't seen it in the chocolate anywhere. I know the jadeite one is selling them in about the $500 range. I'm not quite sure what to ask for this, but I'm gonna mark it up high, excuse me, and we'll see what happens. Chocolate glass was really, really popular back around the turn of the 1900s, and then had a bit of a revival in the 1960s. Lots and lots of different companies made chocolate glass. This is in beautiful, perfect condition. Like I said, I listed it super high, and we'll see what happens. Thank you as always for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, most importantly, leave me a comment. And I want to wish everybody a very happy new year, a joyous new year, and a healthy new year. We'll see you again real soon. Bye. A couple years ago, we did a road trip to Claremont and picked up some really good stuff, and I had found these in a box. I sold off, I had the salt, not the salt. First, I'd like to wish everybody a very I think I forgot to mention, it's actually a miniature decanter. Would make a great oil and vinegar cruet too. Oh, no.